Alright, I guess we're live. Howdy howdy y'all. Yep, there we go. So, this is Vampire Knight. It's a light gun game for PS2. Word of warning, as a light gun game, there is going to be flashing white on screen. I have a filter running, though, for the video feed to try and remove a lot of that, but there's still going to be some. So, if you are prone to light flashes, this is your warning. But we're about to shoot some shots. This is arcade medium. I believe I gave an estimate for the cutscenes, so we're going to watch the cutscenes for fun. I don't actually remember if I did, though. Let me double check the estimate real quick, because if not, then we want to cut those cutscenes. 1 second here. Estimate's 32. That is, I believe, not with the cutscenes then. Alright. Well, we can skip them. But that's part of the fun, I guess. Actually, I think... This is really bad, I apologize. I should have been set up a little bit faster. I think we're ready. Yeah, 32 will be without him. Alright, let's go then. Countdown in 3, 2, 1, go. So in order to make the game fast, you want to skip as many cutscenes as possible, you want to shoot the enemies as quickly as possible, and you want to get the least amount of patterns on every boss fight. There's also going to be a couple things we'll do along the way, but we'll see if we get there, or when we get there. I also have a TV set up in my room, which I'm currently aiming at to play this, so this is not an emulator or anything like that. The quickest way to beat all the enemies, of course, is headshots and a very quick trigger finger. There's also a cool reloading animation. Not animation, but there's a cool reloading way that I can quickly reload on a GunCon 2. Specifically in Vampire Knight, you can shoot and reload every single shot, so you can just constantly reload your bullets as you're firing to fire more quickly. I currently have the world record in this game at 30:30, with the second place time being 6 minutes and 30 seconds slower, which is pretty crazy when you think about it. Is there audio delay? There should not be, but I can attempt to fix it. It plays a little animation of them like running up to the screen saying, "Oh god, you're saving me, oh man," which takes time, so we kill them instead to go quicker. There's also a little girl following us around, which is great, because they're little girls. And I don't know why. At the end of the game, we get to choose who the cutest boys are to take us to the beach prom. So, if you are paying attention to the game, make sure to choose the cutest boys as quickly as you can. And if you're keeping count of bullets at home, you're a real champ, so... But yeah, the quickest way to get through this game is to, well, actually fire really quickly, but there's also alternate paths through the game, depending on how quick you kill certain enemies and which enemies you skip or which ones you don't. That one I didn't shoot for some reason, so I had to do a second animation on it. And we care more about shooting a lot of shots rather than necessarily accuracy on this game. That gave me an extra health. If I kill this guy before he drops down, then I get an alternate path through this stage. And again, I want to kill the villagers rather than saving them because it's quicker. Way quicker, actually. These little guys are jerks. I hate them. They're going to show up on the ground now. These guys have sort of like a back and forth pattern. If you're quick at finding it anyways, you can kill them before they can actually really annoy you. But they're very easy at, very good at dodging your shots anyways. There's also hidden objects throughout the game. You can pick up health, points, that type of thing. Most of it's not really relevant unless you want to heal. We're also not doing a 1cc attempt, so if we have to continue, that's okay. Hardest part about this game, honestly, is the endurance. It's about a 30-minute-ish game. Constantly firing rapid shot style for like 30 minutes can definitely wear away on your trigger finger. Alright, that guy shot a little purple projectile, which I was able to shoot. Alright, now on this part of the plot, the little girl is going to keep following us for reasons, as we are assaulting this castle of vampires in the Night of Vampires. That's the name of the game, Vampire Night.
Thank you for saving me. The square is right ahead.
Alright, so we're gonna move into the square by shooting the door with bullets. And the first mini-boss. So his weak spot is his head. There's a little red bar. As long as we shoot him in the weak spot to lower the bar, we'll continue the fight. If we don't, then you'll hit us and take a part of our health away. So we just have to do this a couple times to continue the plot. Every single one of these you don't miss. Obviously goes faster through the game. I would also highly suggest watching the cutscenes on this game, because they're really, really, really good. But for speed reasons, we're going to want to skip them. There we go. These ones don't actually matter if I shoot him or not, because the health that I would get damage-wise by shooting him is not really worthwhile, as opposed to the damage I would be taking for it, considering this is just a exposition area, or like a transition to the next area, basically. If I can get him, I get a little bit more damage, so there's maybe one less attack later on. But it's more important not to take damage, so you don't lose a continue. Since there's the exact same set amount every single time through this section. Alright, actual boss fight.
I never thought I'd meet such worthy opponents, but the fun's over. Be prepared, because I've no mercy for you.
So again, he has a weak spot. This one's gonna be his head, as you can tell. And if we get this in the least amount of cycles, that'd be great, but it can be kind of tough. Considering sometimes it just decides not to get the second or third hit on his head for some reason. Also, this game is extremely anime. If you are prone to anime sickness, you might want to look away. So in this case, we can't really hit him during that one because it's blocking his head. So we just need to make sure we don't take a damage. There we go. 2 more of that and it should be done. One more. This one I might be able to get if I get lucky. I shot his head, but yeah. I don't know why it wasn't taking the shot there, but that's okay. Done with that stage.
Why protect the humans? What are you fighting for? Why?
Alright, so that guy was first on the list of cutest boys in the game. So keep that one in mind. There's going to be a test at the end of the run on cutest boy. 37% accuracy, a little bit worse, but that's okay. Accuracy's not as important as rapid fire. So this game's actually fairly short. There's only, I think, 6 chapters. We're already on chapter 3. The Burning Rhapsody. I like this game a lot. The levels are all very different. The storyline's really B-movie and silly. It's a fun light gun game. If you have a PS2, I would highly suggest picking it up.
No one will know if you existed or not.
So now we need to shoot these anime balls. The quicker we destroy them, the quicker we can move on to the next section. So accuracy actually does matter here. But the arc on these things is kind of bad, so... We can't actually damage him at this point. All we need to do is shoot the balls. Again, shoot the head. That's the weak spot. These guys have a weak spot of the flame canister on their backs. If you shoot it, you one-shot them. Again, shoot the villagers. If you save them, they have a chance of healing you, but... reload. But, again, there's a cutscene, so we don't want to play that cutscene since it's slow. Also, this stage is about to get very anime once we go back inside, so again, if you find anime offensive, you might want to look away. Oh, that was slow. Yeah, with the gun con you can press the D-pad. There's also buttons on the sides for reloading as well as a button on the bottom. What I do is I alternate between my trigger finger and the button on the side with my thumb on my left hand to more quickly reload. So that way I can reload as I'm firing, to fire as quickly as I want. Hey, what's up, Missia? Alright, Matrix anime! Ah! We got there. That trick is really hard. You just have to watch the cutscene. And then put on a trench coat because it's fucking rad as shit. These guys are the worst. I hate them. Oh, there we go. We shot his projectile before getting hit. Go. God, those guys suck. Almost at the end of the stage, actually, for the boss fight area. Just gotta get through these two guys. And then take the elevator up. Alright. So this is the second cutest boy in the game that we get to vote on at the end. Who's also a demon vampire thing, I guess. Sure. I can get some shots off here. I can get some chip damage before his red bar comes up. That'll be relevant later and save a little bit of time, because I might be able to skip an animation or skip a cycle. But again, the idea is to shoot him while the bar comes up, and then just knock out the bar first try. This is a very high accuracy section, just because the enemy becomes really small on screen at certain points of this. And you have very little time as he's setting up his laser before he shoots you. There are 2 characters in the cutscenes. This game is 2-player. Also, we're about to anime jump. Very shortly here. Again, chip damage, worth trying to get. There we go. He has a little bit of iframes there, though. And anime! Yeah! Look at that anime. Oof. The camera just slid right over that bridge. Alright, so now he's moving into phase 2, where he starts charging the player a little bit with this laser beam. So we gotta knock him out before he charges and hits us. This is where the very small target on the screen comes up. And the hitbox being kind of funky. What's up, Mancha? Oh, alright. There's a lot of shots fired right now, that's for sure. Alright, last phase. He actually just dives right towards the player at high speed. I think he does that about 2 or 3 times, depending on how much you miss him as he's doing it. One more time. There we go. Alright, that second boss. There we go. And we didn't see where he anime jumped off the ledge into a dark pit. But that is second choice on the roster for cutest boy. Whew. The endurance on this run is rough because the actual final boss is as long as a normal stage, and literally the whole boss is just trigger mashing, rapid fire. So this is an endurance run, that's for sure, more than speed necessarily. There we go. We're still on 1cc though, which is really good for this section. The one that spawns first will always be the first one to attack you, so it's good to take that one out if there's multiples. Alright, anime girl has found anime boss. What's this one? Shit. So this guy does a bunch of Naruto stuff. He's the third cutest boy in the game. Whoa, what? The game actually kind of lagged there? That was interesting. So the gimmick here is shoot him. One of them will shimmer a little bit less, which is not the clone. Fire at it. This gimmick will come up a couple times, actually. If we're lucky, he's just in the middle every time, but not so much. There we go. Whew. Yeah, exactly, Lols. Alright, again, shoot the villagers because it's quicker than actually saving them. All these innocent bystanders need to die. That guy popped out sideways, which I think is kind of funny. Alright, we need to save the little girl because she's following us, I guess. I don't know exactly why. Oh no! Oh, I got damn it, I got hit. That's okay.
Thank you.
So this is one of the alternate paths. I didn't save her quick enough, so we fell down here. Normally you would instead go through the door. I'm not sure which is... rip. I'm not sure which is actually faster, but I feel like this side is slower than going through the door. I could be wrong, though. This feels like there's more enemies in this section. I haven't actually timed this yet. There we go. Alright, we're at the final boss of this area. If you're fast, you can get him before he starts. Obviously the one he's on will dip down a bit. It's a pretty easy tell. You want to get shots on him before, though, so that you take less shots once he lands up to make the cycle go quicker. I pretty much just always aim at the middle just in case, because if it is the middle one, I get damage on them quicker like that and get a faster cycle. Alright. Phase 2 or 3, depending on how you want to count it. He summons this big demon. What we need to do is we need to keep shooting Squall from Final Fantasy instead, which is again a very small target on the screen at times. And he'll go through a couple different attack animations. If we get lucky on these, we'll get good attack animations for each of them, which are quick. This one's pretty quick usually. Alright. But yeah, this one's sort of RNG on which attack patterns you get. Oh god, I missed him. That's never happened before, that sucks. One of my shots just missed him. There, yeah, I'm missing him again, what the... Oh, unlucky. Okay, that one worked though. This is again where rapid fire matters more than accuracy though. If I can just shoot a bunch of shots towards where he should be fine. I'm getting a little bit bad RNG on some of those attacks. I'd rather just do this one over and over again because it's easier to hit him. But that's the end of that boss fight. And then he says something like, "You've saved my soul!" And then he turns into a human, and then we tell him to live his life as a human rather than a vampire. And then we move on with our lives. So we're on to the next fight already. 2 stages left. Again, keep track at home of who is the cutest boy. Very important.
Please wait.
So vampire. Alright. So now we're going to be very Matrixy. Because we have really sweet trench coats. Now they start adding in some of these flying enemies again. I actually like this stage a lot. It's kind of creative looking. Those guys are not very smart. They sort of just appear in your bullet fire, waiting for you to kill them. So this stage does kind of suck because these enemies throw these blue icicles at you, which blend in with the background a little bit.
I must stop you here.
Alright, so we need to shoot our blue icicle balls. Very similar to the red ones earlier. But yeah, every time they throw one of those, you have to clear them out to make the cycle of that animation or whatever that attack end quicker. There's also things you can shoot on these floors in between, but as far as I know, there's nothing relevant in them. It's not worth, like, wasting your time when you could be resting your hand anyway. Whoa, why won't this guy die? Alright. This one's probably the worst of these, because it's really hard to see the attacks. Alright. Anime jump. And we're going back inside. This stage is a little bit repetitive, is my only real complaint about it.
Leave at once.
Since they do this exact same thing like 3 or 4 times. But I think we're already at the end of it, pretty close anyway. Pretty darn close, not quite. Whoa! Alright, that shouldn't hit me, but that's okay.
Please let us be as you once did 300 years ago.
Anime plot. Alright, and because we're definitely humans, we're gonna jump up to that hole. Why not? Boss fight? So, this is the next cutest boy, which is definitely a girl. And also a mermaid demon thing. So, the idea here is to avoid the attacks and just shoot her, because the attacks will disappear afterwards. What's up, Ninja? This attack's annoying because she only has weak points when she dips her head out of the water. So ideally you want to shoot her before she gets close to you. But it sort of depends on RNG. The worst one, if we get lucky, she won't do a pattern where she does the tornado torrents, since that's pretty awful. Because the tornado torrents can actually block your shots to the point where you can't actually hit her, then you just take a hit and waste a bunch of time. But if we get good RNG on the boss fight, she won't even do that attack. Which so far she hasn't yet, so that's great. Well, not yet, actually. Oh, no. Oh no, she did do it. We skipped an animation there, though, I guess, by getting hit. Alright. This could be the last one, if I'm not bad. Nope, one more. It's because I missed a shot or so earlier. There we go. So that one's gone. One more level to go. The last level is literally just a boss fight that lasts as long as every other level before it. And is essentially just constant rapid fire, so... I'll probably take a hit at some point too, because there's a really bullshit attack. But... one more continue is not that bad. We have a bunch. Alright. So this is the boss vampire. He has a really small hitbox. And he has a cloud of bats surrounding him, which makes it really hard to knock down his bar and not get hit by the bats at the same time. Like that. So you can you can get lucky and damage him, but it's better if he doesn't attack like that, where you can just hit him. This one's meant to eat quarters, I think, this final boss fight, so there's a lot of bullshit with this fight, and just how it, like, eats your hit health, essentially. It's faster to just take the hits, but it can be a little dangerous, of course. He also has 3 phases. The first phase, I think, is by far the worst, though. Just because it takes so damn long to hit him. We're gonna try and ignore the bats, for the most part. This boss really depends on how quickly you can rapid fire, while also protecting yourself. There we go. Phase 2. Lols. That's great. Oh, I missed a second there because I was reading chat. Whoops. That's okay. Phase 2, as long as we get good patterns, can go really, really quickly again. You can't hit him while he's doing this, so no point in waiting. There we go. He'll end on the right side of the screen though, so if I start shooting right there, I can hit him immediately, hopefully. I want to hit him before those meteors pop out of the portals. Otherwise I'll have to shoot them all and waste a bunch of time. This attack is bullshit. It's kind of like the mermaid's attack would have been. In that they can block your shots randomly, depending on placement. This one's also really bad luck if he does that. Although it's better to take a hit than try and shoot them all. It's just, you have to wait for all of them to fire, so it takes time. Rather than just ending immediately. Again, meant to eat quarters, I think. Thank you, Momo. Alright, phase 3 should be starting pretty soon. Once that starts, then time will be coming up after maybe another 30 seconds to a minute. So far, this has been kind of a slow final boss. He should have already been in, yeah. He should have already been in phase 3, but he wasn't. So, time should be getting ready. Basically, he goes quote-unquote invisible 3 times, or 4 times, depending on how much health he has left, and tries to slowly walk towards you. You just want to shoot where you see his shadow, essentially, and hit him. Alright, time is very, very, very close. One more. Time! So world record is 30:30 on this. I don't know what my time is, but...
And so will you.
But I love this line. It's so good. I will die, and so will you. Anime.
We are not what we were 300 years ago. The girl, she changed us.
29:55? Yeah, that's
She
world
gave
record
us the
then.
warmth of that of a human. We shall disappear with you.
We have no regrets. It's all over now. Farewell.
Whew. That puts me 7 minutes ahead of the second place time. They were vampires the whole time! Alright, chat, so now that we are done, this is the quiz. Who was the cutest boy in the game? That's the most important
6
thing,
months
right?
later.
The answer was both of the protagonists. And also they're all dead. Again. I
I
guess.
shall not forget. My
I
heart
am?
shall
I knew
remember
it.
all.
Alright, that's okay. I'll take that.
That day, that moment, and what happened.
Ooh, that's an endurance fight, man. My fingers are... Oof. Fun stuff. So the most important thing about any Lycan game is your name. So, shots fired marathon. Bam, let's see how we compare to my other scores. 41% accuracy total, not bad. Not bad at all. And the high ranking score is probably coming up, maybe after it saves. Yeah, there's a lot of world records in this marathon. No, we're better than Ass. And are we better than... Oof. Ah, not the world record on my console, though, at least points-wise. Dang. Alright, well, that's it. Thanks for watching, everybody. We have more awesome shots being fired coming up, so I will stay live until they tell me I'm not.